Hello everyone, welcome. I would like to thank each and every one of you for their respected names and by joining us here with our annual Iftar Ramadan program here led by Community Resource Center. Therefore, I would like to welcome the Executive Director of Community Resource Center who will do the opening and the guest of honor. Before I call the Executive Director of the Community Resource Center who organized this wonderful event, I would like to call one of the sheikhs here to give us a Quran recitation to opening with our ceremony, the event.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما إنا عرضنا الأمانة على السماوات والأرض والجبال فأبين أن يحملنها وأشفقن منها وحملها الإنسان إنه كان ظلوما جهولا ليعذب الله المنافقين والمنافقات والمشركين والمشركات ويتوب الله على المؤمنين والمؤمنات وكان الله غفورا رحيما صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Jazakumullah khair. Now I'm going to call Muhammad Ibrahim, who you know most of you. He's the Executive Director of Community Resource Center, and he's going to do the opening for us tonight here. Welcome, Muhammad.
Good evening. Thank you for coming tonight. Tonight we are doing Ramadan Iftar, and also we haven't been together, the other cities they were doing. So tonight we are doing here to get together, to eat together, and also share, the experience of the Community Resource Center. They do the whole family, they work with the whole family, and kids to have a successful school, and also to have successful in the community. And the things we do is different. It's a resource center. Mainly we serve 8 people a day. Some of them they are looking for work. Others they want health care and applying insure and that stuff. And others are looking for a job. So every day is different. Also, we are partner with the county family resource center, and also we are on-site work. Scott County Courier Center. We are their site, and they send the kids who drop out the school or anybody wanted to do the internship, and they are working with us, and that's thanks for Scott County. And also we are partnered with the police, and we are partnered with the other organizations in the town. So thank you for coming. And tonight we have here a distinguished guest. We have city councils, and also we have our county commissioner, Jody Brennan, and Deb from Met Council, and Tamara from Alina, and Shokopee Diversity Alliance, who hosted this event, and Mikasa. Mary, she called me a few minutes ago. She couldn't make it. She was not feeling good. So thank you for coming. Now I'm going to call here for Family Resource Center, Crystal, to share with us what's going on. It's a newly open center. They do a lot of stuff. Thank you. Welcome, Crystal.
Hello. First, I want to say thank you to Community Resource Center for hosting this really nice event and for having us all here. It is such an honor to partner with the Community Resource Center and serving our community and building a bridge and building better cultural understanding, and just really very nice to be here. Within the Family Resource Centers of Scott County, we do have our new facility not far down the road, where you will find staff from Community Resource Center available to meet with families several times throughout the week. Also hosting homework help and just really valuable services to support families. We are hosting an East African family night on April 27th and invite everyone to attend to see the space and to speak and meet Community Resource Center as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Now the next guest who's going to be next will be Shokopee Diversity and Alliance, Misty.
We do a lot of sharing of resources with the Shokopee Diversity Alliance. We share resources from the Community Resource Center, from the Family Resource Center, from City Council. We host events to bring education and advocacy to Shokopee. We attempt to provide a voice to people who don't have one, or to bring information to people who may not have information that they need to be successful in the community. We have hosted a lot of virtual events lately, so we're trying to do more in-person things. We've launched a Juneteenth event, so we're hoping to do that again this year. So hopefully everyone can come and have free food and play games and just learn about Juneteenth. Thank you.
The next in the list is Scott County Commissioner Jody Brennan.
Thank you. I am Jody Brennan. I am here to represent you in Scott County. Scott County works for diversity, for mental health, for housing, and we also support the Family Resource Center. So I'm a pleasure to meet you all, and I hope to get to know you better. Thank you.
Next in the list, Met Council, Deb Barber.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. My name is Deb Barber. I am the Metropolitan Council Representative for District 4, which is most of Scott and Carver County. I was first appointed in 2015 by Governor Dayton, and then reappointed in 2019 by Governor Walz, and just recently reappointed for my third term. At the council, we do a lot of work. We do work in community planning, in land use development, wastewater, transportation planning, operate Metropolitan Transit, and one of the big roles that I have there is I'm chair of the Transportation Committee. So even tonight, just sitting talking with some people from the Family Resource Center of, how can we connect some of our transportation services. So thank you so much for having all of us here tonight. It's a great opportunity to connect and really to learn as well. So thank you so much.
Next person will be Shokopee City Council, Jay Whiting.
Welcome to Shokopee. Isn't this a great room? I'll try not to walk around. I like to walk around. Sorry. So my name is Jay Whiting. I'm the City Council member and Vice Mayor today, currently. I'm here with my colleagues, Angelica Contreras, City Council member. She's been part of the Diversity Alliance for many years. Oh, keep it here. Oh, this one here too. Okay, I'll hold it like this. Sorry. It's like I'm on mute, right? Am I on mute? No. Thank you. And I also want to introduce our newest City Council member, Jesse Lara, who just had a special election. So he's here with us tonight, and of course you've met some of our other elected officials here. I want to thank you for inviting me tonight, and I want to thank the Shokopee Diversity Alliance. One of my first liaisons, my job was to help with the International Festival. I don't know if you remember that. I think hopefully we can do some more of that and have some more great festivals. Now that the COVID's over, I'm ready to have more festivals, and I think it's great. Community Resource Center, isn't that great to have right here in Shokopee? Right here on, right at the Marshall Valley bus station. I'm also the liaison to the Minnesota Valley Transit, the bus company out here. So if you need to get on the bus to get to the Resource Center, that's a great opportunity. So thank you for being here. I do want to, I have a little announcement. It hasn't been officially announced, but there was a program started by the Shokopee Diversity Alliance with the Shokopee Parks Department for getting people to learn how to swim. And that program just won an award. So I think that deserves a round of applause, doesn't it? Now, you're hearing it first. I mean, it has been announced to some of us, but this is a secret announcement. It'll be official soon, but congratulations, that's great. These kind of programs that Shokopee has opens up opportunities and partnerships, and Shokopee's about partnerships, and the Diversity Alliance, the Resource Center. We have Met Council and county members here, so we're trying to be great partners. We're happy to be here and partner with you too. So thank you for being here tonight, and thank you.
Next will be Community Resource Center as well, Dakota, the director.
Thank you for everybody. Welcome for this dinner iftar with the last day of the Ramadan. I'm so happy. I don't have much to say because Mohammed, the director here, is going to explain us. We do the same thing. We have the same value. And I will say only thank you, everybody.
Hi, I'm Tamara Sievertson. I am with Alina and St. Francis, and I have worked with Mohammed for a long time, and I have been there when he has taken those phone calls from someone who has a question about which gas to put in the gas tank, and have just watched over the years how this dream of having a community resource center came to life. So very proud of the community for all the people that have helped for that. My role at Alina, I'm the Community Benefit Engagement Lead, and that includes Carver County, all of Scott, and into Dakota. So I'm very grateful that the Community Resource Center goes into Dakota, so thank you for that. My role there is employee volunteerism, community health, which is where a lot of our work has gone together, and then charitable giving. The other job I have for St. Francis is I'm the representative of mission, so that just reminds people that we're a Catholic hospital, and that's really our goal, is to be a welcoming place for every patient. And so one of the things we're really working on is you know, how do we help our staff look like our community? So if you have ideas about that, that's something for sure that we are working on right now, along with health equity. So lots going on. I'm really excited to learn more about what happens at Iftar, and just again, really grateful to be included. Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. My name is Garad Muse. I have been in Shokopee since 2010. Before that, I was in Mankiro another 10 years. And that's maybe 2 more years I was in Georgia. That's how long I've been in the United States. So I'm really excited to explain what Ramadan is. I should say we will not explain Ramadan, but we are actually saying goodbye Ramadan, right? Because today is the last day of Ramadan. So if I want to give you just a little bit about this, most of the Muslims over here, they have been fasting, including today, 29 days. It fluctuates. What is Ramadan? You want to go to the next one? Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, and also is very, very important part of Islamic. And Ramadan is actually observed by Muslims worldwide by a prayer, reflections, and a community. So if you see on this side, there's 5 pillars of Islam, and Ramadan is the 4th one. The first one would be, of course, that you need to actually state you're actually, believing in one God, and you cannot associate with anything with that God. If you want to ask, you will go to that God alone. That's it. And then prayer, and then charity also, and then Ramadan, and then go to the Hajj. So those are the 5 pillars of Islam. And Ramadan is regarded also, Ramadan, Muslims actually fast from before the dawn, they stop eating. And then they will start eating when the sun sets. And during the month of maybe July, August, September, it is a long days. But now it's getting much better, and I will explain why Ramadan is actually going down every year. If you go to the next one, the Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar that consists of 12 months. And that 12 months, roughly about 354 to 355 days a year, and based on the lunar cycle. A lot of activities of the Muslims depend on the lunar cycle. If you go someone who lives nowhere in the world, and if you ask them what day it is today, based on the moon, they can tell you what day it is. So they know that a lot of things, Ramadan, and giving a jarides, that's obligatory jaridi, that's part of the pillar of Islam, depend on this. So that's why it actually less than what's called the Gregorian calendar, which is based on the solar. But our prayers are also based on the solar. We know what time to pray the midday prayer when the sun is above your head. And we know what time to pray, like after, like maybe close to evening prayer, when your actually shadow is 2 times of your height, something like that. And also the prayer of breaking a fast happened that when the sun sets, and so on. So the solar is also, we use that for our activities, our prayers. But the moon, we use that for Ramadan, for the Hajj, and also, giving, like zakat or the obligatory jarides, and so on. Go to the next. And how does the fast in Ramadan work? During the Ramadan, Muslims abstain from anything. You will not be intaking anything at all. Not a water. You cannot even, unless, if you are sick, you are allowed to break a fast. But if you are taking a pill, if you take without even drinking, your fast will break. So it is really very, very set of rituals that you have to undertake in order to perform fasting properly. And also, if you can see that any sexual activities or even using a bad language is prohibited. A prophet, in fact, said in a statement, say, whoever not abstain from saying a bad thing, and also not abstain from saying a lies, it is equal if they eat or not, because they don't even have a fast. So that's how really strict it is. So some people, this is really, really hard stuff. So some people are exempt from fasting, and those are anyone who is not, who did not reach the age of puberty are exempt from fasting. But they have the option to try. If they do it, it's okay. But they don't have to do it, right? And also elderly people who have immune weaknesses and cannot perform the fasting, they don't need to fast. Instead, what they will do is they will be feeding a Muslim family to break a fast every day. Every day on their behalf they will be doing that, and then they will be excused. If someone is chronically ill, also they will be excused. They don't have to make up the fast, but they need to provide. If they don't have anything to provide, then they are exempt all of the Ramadans. But if they have a means to provide something, they will need to provide someone to break the fast. If a woman is pregnant, then she has the option. If she wants to fast, she can fast. If she doesn't want to fast, then she would provide also a meal for a Muslim family in order to break her fast. Anything similar to breastfeeding also is very similar, that they need to provide. And if they want to do it, I know majority of Muslim women, they do perform fast even during pregnancy. A lot of them actually stated that they haven't felt anything different and the child born similar to any other child. But this is an optional as well. Anyone that's traveling are also exempt from fasting. This is an option. When they actually go back to their destinations, they need to make up though. The traveler need to make up, not during the Ramadan, but after the Ramadan. If they maybe miss like 5-6 days, they will be making up after the Ramadan is over, but before the other Ramadan comes. So they will have a window of 11 months to actually complete what they have missed. And what the day and Ramadan look like? Before what's called, before the dawn, and Muslims gather as a, they will have like a dinner. And they will eat something that has nutritious, then that means they can have sustained energy throughout the day. And typical thing they eat will be like oats, lentils, beans, and etc. And they will drink water before they start fasting. They will eat water, that way they will have enough hydrations in their system. But one thing I can attest, as someone who has been fasting more than 20 years, even if I don't drink and I miss, I don't feel anything different. Even if I was fasting 20 hours or maybe 18 hours. So, but this is a ritual, and even the Prophet ﷺ recommended this. He recommended to have something before you start the fasting. And then Muslims are not supposed to avoid any work or go into school or do any normal activities during the day of Ramadan. But what they will do is mainly they will be focusing on self-reflections and making, reading the Quran. This is called the month of the Quran. So Muslims, usually they complete the whole entire Quran for the month. Last night, our mosque completed the Quran. The 29th days of Ramadan completed the Quran. If it goes to 30, we will start a little bit again. But normally we finish by 29 days. And then, at the sunset, Muslim will gather like similar that we have some places, like some type of buffet, or they will have a large family dinner where they actually share food and they celebrate Ramadan. And, and some of the things that Ramadan is unique, if you visit any Muslim family's home, they would have a food that they did not have in other months. So it's very unique. Ramadan is unique. It's really an opportunity for the family to gather every night for dinner. And no one is actually excused. Everyone will be there. Everyone will be there. And unfortunately, one of the things that really Ramadan is, Muslims eat more than they do any other month. I have to admit that. So, yes, they do that because, they have been, fasting the whole day, and then when they see all this, on the table, they are tempted, right? So they're eating a lot. Yes. So activities in Ramadan, as I mentioned earlier, Muslims believe that the rewards are multiplied in this month, and they spend their time with worship and prayers. And also they refrain not only from food and drink, but also they refrain from sinful behaviors, sexual relationships, and any other activity that is not related to worship. Very, very important that they need to adhere in these principles. Devout Muslims spend their night with prayer and reciting the Quran, and typically complete the Quran in this month. At the end of Ramadan, Muslims will gather as a large group and they pray in the mornings, and then after they pray in the morning, they go home. Similar to Christmas, they do exchange gifts. They do exchange gifts and they congratulate each other by completing the whole month of worship. And then, they are coming, tomorrow I will have my father and my, other families coming to my house. So I will be very, very excited to have all this coming to my house. So it's really, really good opportunity to connect each other at the end of this Ramadan, and that's what that is. Yeah, so this is the quick overview of what Ramadan means to us as Muslims and why are we doing Ramadan. And I hope this will give you some insight about what Ramadan is. And I want to thank you so much for listening to me. And if I take it too long, I really apologize. But if you have any question regarding to Ramadan, we will connect and we will give you as much as we can. And thank you so much.